When The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring premiered in 2001, it didn't just change fantasy films. It redefined epic filmmaking altogether. Shot over 14 grueling months in New Zealand, Peter Jackson's trilogy became a cultural landmark, filled with breathtaking visuals, groundbreaking effects, and legendary performances. But even with all that praise, there are plenty of odd and unbelievable facts hidden behind the making of Middle-earth. So grab your cloak, sharpen your sword, and join us as we uncover 10 odd facts you probably didn't know about The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. 1. Viggo Mortensen joined the cast at the last minute. Believe it or not, Viggo Mortensen wasn't originally supposed to play Aragorn. Stuart Townsend had already been cast but was replaced just days before filming. Mortensen agreed to take on the role only because his son, who loved the books, convinced him to do it.
The same blood flows in my veins.
And while Mortensen's story sounds like fate, one of his co-stars landed his big break in an equally incredible way. 2. Orlando Bloom finished acting school right before filming. Orlando Bloom's big break came at lightning speed. Just 2 days after graduating from drama school, he landed the role of Legolas in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It was a dream scenario for any aspiring actor, and for Bloom, it meant jumping straight from classroom monologues and stage exercises into one of the most ambitious film projects ever attempted. His classical training and natural poise made him a perfect fit for the graceful elf warrior. Practically overnight, Bloom went from an unknown student to an international star. The role of Legolas not only introduced him to audiences worldwide, but also launched a career that would soon include other major franchises like Pirates of the Caribbean. His story remains one of Hollywood's best examples of perfect timing and how preparation can meet opportunity in the most magical way possible. But while Bloom soared to fame, not everyone on set had such an easy time getting where they needed to go. 3. Sean Bean refused to take the helicopter. Sean Bean, who portrayed the noble yet conflicted Boromir, had a well-known fear of flying that made filming on remote mountain locations a unique challenge. While most of the cast and crew were transported to the set by helicopter, Bean refused to board one. Instead, he chose to hike up the steep, rugged terrain each day, often dressed in full Boromir costume, complete with sword and shield. He would begin his climb at dawn so he could reach the filming site by the time cameras rolled. The crew admired his determination and sense of authenticity, even if it meant extra hours of preparation. His commitment not only added to the realism of his performance, but also became a legendary behind-the-scenes story, perfectly reflecting Boromir's resilience and warrior spirit, both on and off screen.
It is a strange fate that we should suffer so much fear and doubt.
And speaking of bonds among the cast, one gesture of friendship took their connection beyond the screen. 4. The cast formed a secret tattoo club. To commemorate the completion of their long and demanding journey together, the 9 main actors who portrayed the Fellowship decided to get matching tattoos of the number 9 written in elegant Elvish script. It was a meaningful gesture symbolizing their shared bond and the years they spent bringing Middle-earth to life. Each actor chose a different spot for their tattoo, making it a personal reminder of their once-in-a-lifetime experience. However, there was one small twist. John Rhys Davies, who played the fearless dwarf Gimli, opted out of getting the tattoo himself. Instead, he sent his dedicated stunt double to take his place, ensuring that the Fellowship's symbolic 9 remained complete. The story has since become a fan favorite behind-the-scenes tale, perfectly capturing the camaraderie and humor that defined the cast's friendship both on and off the screen. That tight-knit spirit defined the cast, and in Viggo Mortensen's case, it showed through even in moments of pain. 5. Viggo Mortensen actually broke his toe. One of the most famous moments in The Lord of the Rings. The two towers came from a completely unscripted accident. During a scene where Aragorn believes the hobbits have been killed, Viggo Mortensen kicks a helmet in frustration and lets out an anguished scream. What audiences didn't realize was that the cry wasn't just acting. Mortensen had actually broken 2 toes on impact. The raw emotion that followed was entirely genuine. Director Peter Jackson recognized the authenticity in that moment and decided to keep it in the final cut. The pain in Mortensen's voice perfectly matched Aragorn's despair, turning an accident into one of the most powerful scenes in the trilogy. It's since become legendary among fans as a symbol of Mortensen's dedication to the role and his commitment to realism, even in the midst of Middle-earth's fantasy. But not all of Middle-earth's movie magic came from accidents. 6. Filming The Hobbit's height was pure movie magic. There were no digital doubles used for most of the height differences. Instead, Jackson relied on forced perspective, clever angles, oversized props, and scaled sets to make the hobbits look smaller. It was so precise that even moving a camera a few inches could ruin the illusion.
Welcome.
But even the smallest characters faced big challenges. 7. Sean Astin stepped on glass during filming. While filming the emotional scene in The Fellowship of the Ring where Sam wades into the water after Frodo, actor Sean Astin suffered a painful on-set injury. As he ran barefoot into the river, he accidentally stepped on a sharp piece of glass hidden beneath the surface. The injury was serious enough that he had to be rushed to the hospital for treatment, bringing production to a temporary halt. Despite the pain and the unexpected setback, Astin returned to finish the scene as soon as he could, determined to capture Sam's unwavering loyalty. His dedication impressed everyone on set and reflected the same courage and perseverance his character showed throughout the trilogy. The moment stands as another example of how deeply committed the cast was to bringing Tolkien's story to life, no matter the obstacles.
I'm going to Mordor alone. Of course you are. And I'm coming with you.
But it wasn't just the actors getting hurt. Props took a beating too. 8. Over 40 versions of the ring were made. Despite its name, there wasn't only one ring used during the making of The Lord of the Rings. In fact, over 40 different versions were crafted to serve specific purposes on set. Some were made larger for dramatic close-up shots that captured the ring's engravings in detail, while others were smaller and lighter for use by hand doubles or during fast-moving scenes. Each version was meticulously designed to ensure it looked identical on screen, no matter the context. One particularly oversized ring was created solely for reflection and forced perspective shots, allowing the camera to capture its gleaming surface with perfect clarity. The prop team's precision and creativity helped turn a simple piece of jewelry into one of cinema's most iconic symbols. Their craftsmanship ensured that the ring truly felt like an object of power and obsession, central not just to the story, but to the magic of filmmaking itself.
One ring to rule them all.
And speaking of things made in multiples. 9. Over 20,000 costumes were created for the trilogy. The Lord of the Rings costume department faced an enormous challenge, creating more than 20,000 unique outfits over the course of filming. Every race and culture in Middle-earth required its own detailed aesthetic, from the rugged leathers of Rohan to the ornate robes of the elves. Many costumes were made in multiple versions, each one aged, burned, or torn apart to reflect the characters' long and perilous journeys. The attention to detail was astounding. Some elven garments, for instance, took weeks to embroider entirely by hand, with delicate silver and gold threads woven into intricate patterns. This dedication to authenticity gave the world of Middle-earth a tangible, lived-in feel that digital effects alone could never achieve. It's no surprise that the film's costume work remains one of the most celebrated aspects of the trilogy's production. But all that realism didn't come cheap. 10. The entire trilogy was filmed simultaneously. Instead of shooting one movie at a time, Peter Jackson filmed all 3 Lord of the Rings movies simultaneously. A production method almost unheard of at the time. The schedule was so complex that some actors didn't know which movie they were shooting on a given day. Outro. And there you have it. 10 odd facts about The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. From broken toes and mountain hikes to tattoo pacts and multiple magic rings, the making of Middle-earth was as epic as the story itself. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. What's your favorite Lord of the Rings moment, and which movie should we cover next? And if you like this one, you'll probably love our video on Final Destination 2000, 10 Odd Facts You Don't Know. Check it out next for another deep dive into movie magic and behind-the-scenes secrets.